Well, welcome back everybody, and I hope you managed to get yourself another cup of tea or top up the glass of wine or whatever it is we're on today. Welcome back, and now it gives me the pleasure to introduce DGE of 1020, Duncan Collinson, who's going to then introduce your speaker for the next 35 minutes.
Anyway, I am now really delighted to introduce Monika Kočiová. Monika comes from Slovakia, and she is a member of the Slovak Chamber of Commerce and Industry. She is also a Rotaractor. However, as you may know, Slovakia has a land border with Ukraine, and Monika has been helping refugees at the border. Such amazing and inspirational work. And I would like to say a huge Rotary thank you to her on behalf of all of us here for taking the time to talk to us today. So now over to Monika, who will be talking with Chris Davis regarding the current situation at the border. Monika.
Hi, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for having me today.
Hello, Monika. It's lovely to see you again. And thank you very much from all of us, as Duncan says, for giving up your time to speak to us. I wonder if you would just like to start by just telling us a little bit about yourself and what you're experiencing at the moment. So over to you.
Sure. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, I would like to say that I would love to be here talking about Rotary and Rotaract as we were originally agreeing to do. As Duncan mentioned, I am actually the director of the Chamber of Commerce here in our region in Slovakia. I'm Rotaractor, but I'm also Rotarian at the moment in the Košice Club, Rotary Club Košice. And I'm also the assistant Rotary coordinator for our zone. And at the moment, at these difficult times, I'm also the spokesperson for our district regarding the international aid. I'm really sorry, I'm quite tired.
Sure,
so my thoughts are all over. Well, for the past few days, actually, what have been happening here, it's really it's emotional and it's really huge. It's really impressive how the community, but also Rotary, has managed to assist, to send humanitarian assistance, to be of help. We are all housing people at our houses. We are helping at the borders, facilitating transportation either to Slovakia or to Western Europe. We are also having different initiatives and projects at the moment. So, I believe we will get to that with more questions.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think you said that you were going to actually go down to the border and be working there this week. So would you like to tell us a little bit about that? Thank you.
Yeah, well, on Tuesday, I decided to go directly to the border. To the border crossing. Actually, well, as Slovakia, we have 3 border crossings, 2 for cars and 1 only for people going by foot. We were part of, the NGOs helping there. I have to say, well, it was a very humbling experience. You can see people just like you and me, you know, like normal people crossing. Mostly women and children, elderly, and foreigners. They are very calm, very peaceful. They don't even want to receive any help. Of course, they are tired. The waiting lines are up to 48 hours. And on the Slovak side. On the Slovak side, it's okay, but on the Ukrainian side, you know, the lines are getting bigger and bigger, and they are waiting for hours.
So you want to go?
I wait.
Now, Alex, is it possible to mute that person who's
Thank you. You see, you know, mothers with small babies and children who have been waiting for around 2 days, waiting in cold. On the Ukrainian side, there is no food or blankets, hot tea, you know, like they're just getting organized. So when they arrive to our border, we take them somewhere warm, give them food, also provide information. There are telecommunication operators giving them SIM cards, and then different NGOs and also the government of Slovakia taking them to bigger cities or directly to Prague or Germany, wherever they're willing to go. So they get all the support. They can also ask for official asylum status in Slovakia. So they are just getting all the help there, but we are expecting actually today large numbers of mothers and children crossing.
Thank you. So when they cross, do you, obviously your immediate need is to look after them and give them what they need, but how do you keep them together? How do you record the families and take the data?
Well, there are people on spot, you know, who know already what to do. And it's very well organized, actually. So you basically, I mean, they at the borders, they take all the data, you know, so that's all taken care of. But then you have volunteers who are just, you know, like taking all the data necessary, and then they are trying, because we are, so some of them now, the wave that is coming, they normally have families or friends in Europe, so they know where they are going. But some of them they don't, and they just want to wait close to the border, either, you know, like in Slovakia, I've heard in Poland is the same, so they believe they will be able to go back soon, and so they just want to stay and wait. And we are just taking them to schools, hotels, wherever. And then, you know, you have all the volunteering staff, like helping them, assisting them, and so on, working with them. They get medical and psychological help, so that's all taken care of.
So they have both mental health as well as their physical health being attended to. Yeah, and is this provided by your government, or is
yes.
this, yeah?
Yes, and also by NGOs, Red Cross, Caritas, you know, there are different organizations who are like specializing in this kind of help. Also, International Migration Office is at this on the spot. So basically, yes. But what we are expecting, well, the first wave was okay, you know, because people were just crossing. And actually, we are from Košice, which is like 100 kilometers from the border, like the strongest city with the strongest club, you know, nearest to the border. And they are just, you know, like transiting. They want to rest on the way. But then the second and the third wave coming will be much worse, because they will have no idea. And already I was today talking to the manager of the crisis centers, and she was like, they don't know where they want to go, you know, because we have Rotarians from Germany and Austria. They want to come with buses and take them, but she told me, like, they're, you know, they still don't know, they have no idea. So we need to like give them time, and then maybe with a few days ahead they will be able to decide like what they want to do. But obviously they're all in shock, you know. They just wake up in the morning, then they travel normally for 5 to 6 days to get to the border, because they have to stop because of the bombing. And then when they get here, they say, you know, like, we feel this is just a nightmare and we don't know what's going on, you know, we just took the kids and escaped. So
5 to 6 days. So are they able to have food with them when they board the buses, or
yeah, well, some of them go by cars, you know, or they leave the cars at their friends in different cities across the border. But normally they just have, you know, like, that's really like amazing, they just have bananas, you know, and some sandwiches, but they don't want anything. They are like really very humble, they're very strong and proud, but yeah. So it's not like, sorry, it's not like, you know, like seeing maybe whatever we have seen so far in Europe in the past decades, because this is like really not the people who who have the economical need to escape. You know, this is like a survival question.
We're hearing that the people have gone as much as possible underground in order to be safe from the shelling and things. So typically, how long will they have been underground before they actually even get to the borders with you?
It really depends, because most of the people we have received so far, they were able to escape first moments. Yeah, so those who are still in the shelters or underground, you know, they are not able to escape. So we are seeing families who are divided, or, you know, we are helping our business partners and of course Rotarians. But those who are escaping now, for example, from Kiev, they go through Moldova, because that's easier, you know, like it really depends. And it's much now at the moment, it's safer to stay in the shelters than to travel. So basically also the people which will be coming now are those who, you know, left their cities a few days ago. Because they travel then to the east of the country, I mean to the west of the country, and they stay in Lviv or Uzhgorod, somewhere where they have friends and family, and then they continue the road. Okay, thank you. You can imagine that the questions that are coming thick and fast from the people here today. One of them is saying clubs in Ireland and the UK are currently collecting aid. How do we get them to your centres and to the volunteers? Well, it depends what kind of help it is, if it's material or if it's financial. What we do and what we have been able, and that's really impressive in our district, is we have started a few days ago a train going from Czech Republic to Ukraine. It's a direct train. Taking humanitarian aid inside of Ukraine and then taking 600 to 700 people every day out of the country. So that is one of the programs that we do. But the other huge project, which we just, I think, concluded like the preparation yesterday, is that we, as one of the very few, well, the only organization in the border region, will be able to send trains by the broad gauge railway to the inlands of Ukraine. So we will not be only sending, you know, the material to Uzhgorod, which is quite close, but to Kiev and everywhere where it's so necessary. And those will be like huge amounts, you know, like big trains every day. So we will be, and we are collecting money to buy food, well, hygiene, baby clothes, whatever is necessary, but that will be in really big amounts. Today we are sending, for example, 2 trucks of medicine with the amount of 40,000 euros. So the help is, you know, like all the time going out, and we have partners as Tesco who are giving us, you know, like how much we buy, they give us the same amount for free. So so there are different ways how you can help. Also, the material help is very okay if you are willing to send it by plane. If not, there is this well, bank account which is transparent. Also, Rotary International made a list of all the bank accounts in all the neighboring districts, which I'm sure you have at your disposal. And what I would like to say is, I know that there has been this Rotary International account, disaster aid account, set up where you can help, which is also a perfect solution. But I think what is most needed at the moment are the districts bordering Ukraine, which is Hungary, Poland, Slovakia, and well, Moldova, which are those helping the most at the spot and being able to send the biggest help. You must be emotionally drained, as I'm sure the people that you're working with
are as well. Are you receiving any help?
No, I'm not. I should be, but we don't have the no. Well, that's a good question. But we really don't have time for anything at the moment, you know, like it's like all work all the time. And it's very much okay. But you know, like seeing what we are able to achieve, how we can help, you know, like 2 days ago, me personally, I just helped 30 people to find a home for the next year. So, you know, that is the best reward. And I think that's what, yeah, I think it's what you get and what helps you to go through.
I'm sure. Thank you. People are also concerned that you are being looked after, and what do you believe is the most how can we help Rotarians and Rotaractors, as you said, who are on the border? Is money the best thing to send them, or is there going to be a time when they run short of things like we've been told about shelter box, and we've been told about the water aid and things? Are you already seeing that there is a need for physical things to be sent as well?
Well, at the moment, we are still able to buy what we need. But for example, to just show you, yeah, a real example, we are now buying like warm jackets and sleeping bags, and we bought everything that was available. You know, so what we do is we prefer to like buy huge amounts and send everything possible, and then we are hoping to get the money. But there will be for short times, and the times are coming when we will be short on the stocks, you know, like here. So we have partnership with Austrian districts who already know that we will need, you know, like certain help also in this regard. For example, yesterday night, we received our two partner clubs from Austria, who just, you know, like reacted very quickly. And they brought us today like 6 pallets of like diapers, baby food, water, things like that. They brought it. We were just today, a truck went with all of those things. And we are in touch with their districts, so they know we will be sending them the lists of concrete material products if there is anything that we cannot get here. But you know, like this is the quickest way. If we can get it from Slovakia in this case, we can get it directly to the train and just send it immediately. So at the moment, that's the best solution, but I'm sure there will be different times coming as well.
What is your biggest fear about what is coming next?
That Ukraine will not be enough. And that, Russia will not be stopping at anything. You know, I don't think there is any ratio in what's going on. So I'm really not sure, you know, like we are a member of NATO, of course. But I still fear that, you know, there are no lines in this war and that Ukraine will not be enough.
Thank you for that. We've got people really becoming very concerned too that people may not be safe waiting on the borders. I mean, are buses and trains still running within Ukraine in a way that would enable them to get to the borders safely?
They are not traveling by trains and buses. People are traveling by cars mostly. So I haven't heard about anybody traveling by bus, to be honest. So that's what I said, you know, like now I think, I don't want to say it that way, but like economically stronger parts of the nation are escaping, I believe, you know, those who can, those who have families abroad, etc. So there are no trains or buses running in Ukraine, as far as I know at the moment, you know.
So other people are saying that they would like to be able to send some sort of counselling support via Zoom for Rotarians and Rotaractors who are involved in these traumatic experiences. Do you think that would be of help, or is?
I think, well, I'm sure it would be, but I don't see the time, you know, like we would find at these, you know, like these are like very pressing moments, you know, like the priority is being helpful. Do I look that bad that you think we all need to help?
No, not at all. But
Okay.
but we are seeing a lot here about what are very, very upsetting scenes for us, that I think, on the contrary, you look very much in control and things. But this is such an unprecedented occurrence to happen in 2020 in 2022 in Europe, and I think even for us it feels as if it's close to home, and for you actually experiencing that, it must be awful.
We're still okay comparing to what's going on in Ukraine.
Well, I suppose that's it, isn't it? Everything is relevant.
Yeah.
Yes, or relative. Yeah.
But it's, you know, like you live a different reality, you know, like I can even see that people in Slovakia who are living in Bratislava or different, you know, like further from the border, you don't feel it that much. But here in Košice, in my city, it's you can feel it because they are just, you know, you go to the station and you really see something you haven't seen in your life, you know, like, I mean, yes, when you were traveling, but not in Europe. And it's amazing. Today I was just thinking, you know, like going through the center and you see all the restaurants, hotels, everybody offering something, everybody having Ukrainian flags all over, people coming to the station, you know, like families taking foreigners to their living rooms, just, you know, to first stay for a night. So like really the power of the community, it's just unbelievable. It's beautiful.
There are people here who want to help your club and to perhaps provide support to the club and your district. Is that something that you see as realistic over time?
In what do you mean? I don't really understand. Realistic in what way?
Well, I think at the moment we're all feeling that we want to help you. The chat is absolutely full of people who want to help you, and I guess what I'm asking is can you suggest the best way that we can help you at the moment and perhaps in the future?
Sure. Well, at the moment, well, I can send you, you know, like our materials about what we're doing, and I'm representing the district today, not only my club. It is, well, a coincidence that we are one of the border clubs, but the coordinators of the whole district are here at the moment because we are the closest. So I'm sure you can help us in a huge way by supporting us, mostly financially at this moment, really, because we are buying these huge amounts, really, of food, durable food and hygiene, clothes, etc. That would be a huge help and great help. And well, in the future, let's see how everything goes, you know, like also some kind of, for example, pharmaceuticals and medicine. That is a part that is really difficult, let's say. This is just to describe the situation for you. So for example, like we are not able to take out medicine which are for prescription, but we were able to talk to the Ministry of Health and they gave us exceptions. So we were able to buy those medicines that I told you for 40,000 euros. And the minister gave us like the exception for 48 hours. So we are taking them out now, but that is the last time that we are able to do that. But for example, if foreign country would do that, it would be possible because you know, like the package would be just transiting the country. So maybe in the future, that will be the most relevant way to help.
That would be marvelous. Thank you, because we've got a lot of people here on the call that aren't just from these 4 districts. So
Okay.
if you could let us know that, Monika, and give us the details, that would be marvellous, because we all want to help and just really admire what you're doing. And there's also some concern in the chat about whether people are actually safe when they get to the border. At the moment, when they get there, are they able to move through freely, or is there some resistance still from the Ukraine side that prevents them from coming forward easily?
Actually not, like they're letting them go, not men. So only fathers who have 3 children, they are able to leave, but other men are not able to leave the country. So yeah, but apart from that, everybody is able to leave. They don't even need to have passports. They're just leaving with their IDs. Yeah, so that is fine.
Good, thank you. One, in response to what you've been saying about sending money, people are asking for details again, you know, about which banks to put it into, and also very much the pharmaceuticals, whether we could send it. You're saying don't try to send it to you, but to send it directly through the post. And yeah, this is the sort of thing that is really useful for us, because we are all desperate to help, I must say. You know, we're Rotarians wanting to help. It's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And just to add, well, what we are doing is that we are working with the Rotary clubs on the other side. One member of my club, it's a former governor of the Ukrainian district. So we are working mostly with the administration inside of Ukraine, and that's how we get, and we know that the material we send, it's well distributed, you know. So we choose where it goes. It's mostly hospitals, you know, and our Rotary partners across Ukraine. And yeah, so I will just send you all the information with the bank accounts and also the pharmaceuticals. Just to tell you, we have, since the first day, we have different committees within our district responsible for example, food, transportation, pharmaceuticals. So if there is anybody who would like to help with pharmaceuticals, I can get you in touch with them, with the committee, because they are, you know, like the owners of the pharmacies and distributing companies. They have the best information, and they would assist you in this regard.
That would be brilliant. Thank you. The other thing that occurs to us as well is that there will be a need to replace what's been coming out of your country, and there will be a need to rebuild, obviously, in Ukraine. Are you thinking as far as global grants and even district grants, because I think people here would be very open to partnering with you on that sort of basis as well?
Well, thank you. Actually, you know, like what makes it even stronger for us is that we are 2 clubs here in Košice, and the other club had a global grant just this past few years with Ukraine.
Oh,
so the connections, yeah, the connections are very strong. We are thinking also in this regard, but you know, at the moment, for example, our district has shifted all the district grants and all the money possible to helping Ukraine. So we are actually not going to have our pets, probably not the district conference. Also, the district grants are going to go to the help of Ukraine. But at the present moment, we are really, you know, like in the first stage of the immediate help. But I'm sure that the question of, you know, like midterm and long-term projects will come. Let's hope we'll have a chance to do that as well.
That would be good. And already people are saying that there is a Rotary Great Britain and Ireland task force dealing with cash and medicines. So
oh, great.
So through this conversation, we're able to identify the people that we should be sending that detail to. So
Oh, great.
that's marvelous. Thank you.
I saw a question, what medicine is needed. We have a complete list from Ukraine, you know, like with a very detailed list. So we are able to pass that on.
That's great. Thank you. And I think this is the joy for me and everybody who's here, is that we can talk to you directly and get this detail that we wouldn't otherwise be able to get. And so thank you so much just for coming and being prepared to give up your time to do that. If there was a particular thing that you could, taking Jennifer Jones's imagine, if you could imagine just something that could happen apart from what is the obvious one, but can you imagine that you and your district would particularly like, that we could, that might seem frivolous, or something that we could just give to you that would make you feel supported by the Rotarians in Great Britain and Ireland?
I think we already feel supported, and I'm very privileged to be here with you today, and I'm very thankful that you're giving us the time to tell you what's going on the spot. And well, to respond to your question, I cannot really say at the moment, you know, it's all very chaotic. Well, yesterday the Rotarians we received from Austria said that, you know, like that it's a huge chaos, but you can see that it's very well organized, and they were impressed by the infrastructure we have built so far in really few days. It has been 5 to 6 days. So I cannot really tell you at the moment, you know, I just really wish that we are able to set up a system that is working at the borders. You know, like what we are dealing with now is transportation of people from the borders, you know, in a systematic way. So yeah, we have districts reaching out who want to come really with buses, but as you know, it's not the problem of Rotary, but the state administration, who is also, you know, like figuring out how to deal with all of the issues. So I just really wish that, you know, like we have a working system at the place really soon. But we are all working, and you know, like I'm calling as Rotary to the state administration or the regional administration, and they are really all welcoming the help, because they're also, their capacities are very limited. So if we can help as Rotarians, that is, I think that is what we can do the best.
Thank you. There is enormous warmth coming from, as you can imagine, the people around here. Gosh, I'm getting quite too. So please just know that we want to help in any way that we can. And I think one of the things that would be nice, if you don't mind, is if we can share this interview with other Rotarians, so that they know that, you know, that there is a way that we can help you, and that I hope you feel that we are supporting you and sending our thoughts, and just can't imagine the strain that you're under. But if we can do anything, even after we finish this interview, you think of something, please just drop me a line and let me know, because it has just been wonderful that you've been here. So
thank you so much.
It really don't want to hold you up too much, because you'll be wanting to go back to doing the work you're doing. And that's just one question I'm going to ask you, is how are you managing with your own private life and your own life and doing all this is wonderful?
I don't have any private life at the moment. To be very honest, I don't like, I shouldn't be saying this, but like I'm not able to work these days, you know, and I would love to, but I just can't. You know, like the phones are ringing all the time, and I'm all the time, you know, somewhere. And we have big things coming up in my work, and I will have to get back to that very soon, but it's just not possible, and the priorities are, in a different place at the moment. So we are trying, all of us, I think, are pushing, our individual lives at site. And these days are really, I think, the most important, the actual quick help, it's what we can do. We really hope that the situation will get better, even though, being realistic, it will not. But I think these are the critical times for us. So service above self, as we say, right?
We do, Monika, and I'm just going to finish because we have to let you go, but I'd just like to read to you the last 3 messages that I've got here.
If I'm gonna cry, don't read them because I'm too tired.
Well, I think you did it. We've got a wonderfully impressive woman still looking great, so you're not looking straight. You are a shining example, Monika. Take care, and Monika deserves a PHF award for what she's doing. I think we would all agree with that. So thank you so much for your time, and take our warm regards to all of the other Rotarians there, but indeed all the people of your country that are helping. So
well, thank you so much for having me. Please, my contacts are available. You have my email. I will send you my number if anything. If you need more information, I will send it to you as well, and we are in touch. Also, if if you need further details, or if you have a quick Zoom sometimes, we can do that, and I'm at your disposal. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and I'm saying and sending my best regards to all of your districts and countries as well.
Thank you so much, Monika. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pass our best wishes from the whole of Great Britain and Ireland to all your Rotary colleagues and friends and family, because you're doing a marvellous job, a shining example of what Rotary can do in these situations. And we know that there's lots of other Rotarians working hard as well along those borders in the other countries too. And well, we've got your contacts, we've got the details, and there are, as Chris said, a number of initiatives going on right now, collecting money and goods to get them out to you. So well done. Thank you.
Thank you as well, and have a nice rest of the pets, all of you.
We will. Thank you very
Goodbye.
much. Bye. Bye.